The Volkswagen Beetle stands as perhaps the most recognizable automobile ever created, a cultural icon whose distinctive silhouette is instantly identifiable across generations and continents. Born from a controversial genesis in pre-war Germany, this humble people's car transcended its origins to become a global phenomenon that would ultimately achieve production numbers exceeding 21 million units. The Beetle's extraordinary journey from utilitarian transportation solution to counterculture symbol to beloved classic represents one of the most remarkable stories in automotive history. The Beetle's story begins in the 1930s, Germany, with Adolf Hitler's vision for a people's car, Volkswagen in German, that would motorize the nation by being affordable to the average German family. Ferdinand Porsche was commissioned to design this vehicle, which needed to transport 2 adults and 3 children at speeds up to 100 kilometers per hour, 62 miles per hour, achieve fuel efficiency of 7 liters per 100 kilometers, 33 miles per gallon, and sell for less than $100, less than 1,000 Reichsmarks. Porsche's solution was revolutionary: a rear-mounted air-cooled engine, streamlined bodywork with a distinctive rounded shape, and torsion bar suspension. The resulting design, initially called the KDF Wagen, Kraft durch Freude, or strength through joy, would become the foundation for the car we know as the Beetle. World War II interrupted plans for civilian production, with the Wolfsburg factory instead producing military variants of the design. Only after the war, under British occupation, did civilian production begin in earnest. By December 1945, the factory had produced 55 cars, beginning a remarkable journey that would continue for decades. The initial post-war Beetles featured hand-beaten bodywork and were powered by a modest 1,131 cubic centimeter engine, generating just 25 horsepower, allowing a top speed of around 100 kilometers per hour, 62 miles per hour. Despite these humble specifications, the car's robust construction, reliable engineering, and practical design quickly earned a devoted following. The Beetle's early export success in the late 1940s and early 1950s surprised many industry observers. The car found particular traction in markets where practicality, affordability, and durability were valued over style and horsepower. The Beetle's air-cooled engine eliminated concerns about freezing in cold climates, while its excellent traction, thanks to the rear-engine, rear-wheel drive layout, made it surprisingly capable in adverse conditions. Early advertising in the United States, masterfully created by the Doyle-Dane-Bernbach agency, embraced the car's unconventional appearance with self-deprecating humor, famously suggesting "think small" at a time when American automakers were building increasingly larger vehicles. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, the Beetle underwent countless engineering improvements while maintaining its instantly recognizable silhouette. The engine gradually grew from 1,131 cubic centimeters to 1,192 cubic centimeters in 1954, then to 1,285 cubic centimeters in 1966, and eventually to 1,584 cubic centimeters in later models. Horsepower increased accordingly, though always modest by contemporary standards. The Beetle's body also evolved subtly, with larger windows, improved lighting, and updated interiors, making the car progressively more comfortable and practical, without sacrificing its essential character. By the 1960s, the Beetle had become firmly established in popular culture, particularly in the United States. Its adoption by the counterculture movement gave the car meaning beyond mere transportation. The Beetle represented an alternative to mainstream American consumerism: affordable, practical, and unpretentious. College students, artists, and those questioning societal norms embraced the Bug as a statement against excess. This cultural association reached its peak with Disney's Herbie films, featuring a sentient beetle with racing stripes, further cementing the car's place in popular consciousness. The Beetle's engineering philosophy of continuous improvement rather than annual model changes was revolutionary in an era when American manufacturers emphasized stylistic updates to drive new car sales. This approach resulted in exceptional longevity for individual Beetles. with many examples accumulating hundreds of thousands of miles with proper maintenance, and contributed to the model's unprecedented production lifespan. The car's mechanical simplicity also made it easy to repair, with owners often performing basic maintenance themselves, fostering a connection between driver and vehicle rarely seen in modern automobiles. Production of the Beetle expanded globally throughout the 1950s and 1960s, with assembly plants established in Brazil, Mexico, South Africa, Nigeria, Ireland, and other countries. This global manufacturing footprint enabled the Beetle to become truly the world's car, adapting to local conditions while maintaining its essential character. In developing nations, the Beetle's simplicity, durability, and ease of repair made it particularly well-suited to regions with limited service infrastructure. The introduction of the Super Beetle in 1971 represented the most significant technical update in the model's history. Featuring McPherson strut front suspension, a redesigned front end with more luggage space, and eventually a curved windshield, the Super Beetle addressed some of the standard model's practical limitations while maintaining familiar styling. This variant demonstrated Volkswagen's commitment to evolving the Beetle platform, even as the company began developing more modern front-wheel drive models like the Golf, Rabbit in North America. Despite these improvements, the Beetle faced increasing challenges in the 1970s. New safety and emissions regulations, particularly in the United States, required costly modifications. More fundamentally, the Beetle's rear engine design and air-cooled technology, revolutionary in the 1930s, had become outdated compared to modern front-wheel drive, water-cooled competitors. The car's ride comfort, handling, heating system, and noise levels no longer met consumer expectations in developed markets. Despite its enduring charm, German production ended in 1978, but the Beetle continued to be manufactured in Brazil and Mexico. The Mexican-built Beetles, particularly those made after significant updates in 1984, incorporated many technical improvements while maintaining the classic design. Brazilian production focused increasingly on the Beetle-derived VW Gol, while continuing to build the sedan for local markets. Mexico became the final stronghold of Beetle production, with the last original Beetle rolling off the Puebla assembly line on July 30, 2003, an astonishing 65 years after the car's initial design. The Beetle's influence extends far beyond its production numbers. It established Volkswagen as a global automotive powerhouse and demonstrated that a single well-engineered design could remain relevant for decades through continuous refinement. The car's philosophy of simplicity, functionality, and character over ostentation influenced generations of automotive designers. The original Beetle's cultural impact was so profound that Volkswagen successfully introduced a completely new Beetle in 1997, and later, a second-generation Beetle in 2011, both of which were modern front-wheel drive cars that merely echoed the original's styling cues. Today, the original Beetle enjoys a passionate worldwide following. Enthusiasts restore and modify these cars, with vibrant owner communities organizing gatherings, sharing technical knowledge, and preserving the Beetle's legacy. The availability of reproduction parts ensures that these cars can remain on the road indefinitely, unlike many contemporaries that have largely disappeared. The simplicity that made the Beetle practical transportation decades ago now makes it an ideal classic car, approachable, affordable to maintain, and instantly recognizable. The Volkswagen Beetle's journey from Hitler's vision of a people's car to global icon represents one of the most remarkable transformations in industrial history. Few products in any category have achieved such cultural resonance or longevity. The Beetle transcended its function as mere transportation to become a symbol of individuality, reliability, and unconventional thinking. Its legacy lives on, not only in the millions of examples still operating worldwide, but also in how it changed our expectations of what an automobile could be and mean. In creating the people's car, Volkswagen ultimately delivered something much more significant: a genuine automotive legend that continues to bring joy to owners and enthusiasts more than 8 decades after its conception.